On the ICES platform, on the management software application, let's go to search for a record. So on the home page, we see on the left side we have different module, accounting, reports, settings. So if we go to the property and to search for a record, we can go on the property explorer, or we just can go to search for something. Let's go to the property explorer. So here we have the list with all the blocks or sections. So let's go to the block 11, for example. It's gonna bring all the lots within the plot, within the block. So if we click on lot 1, we have grave A. It's reserved or available, but where we have an arrow, that means someone is buried there. So in the grave F, it's buried half master and more. So if we go to click on the property, then will show us where the grave is located on the property. If we go to double click on the grave, it's gonna bring us all the owner information and the decedent information regarding that particular grave. On the map, if we go to click to collapse the left panel to make some more real estate, on the map we have different layers. We can turn off the satellite layer, let's say, and we have only the map. We can go on the double click on an area, and will bring all the spaces within that area. In our case, all the blocks. And now if we go to click on one of the blocks and double click, it's gonna bring all the graves within that block. And of course, based on the status code of the grave, we have all the color coded. So if we go to an occupied grave, double click on the grave, it's gonna bring us the information regarding that grave. It's gonna. So if we want to, let's bring back the satellite. So if we want to query the map, we can go query the map. We want a specific or the occupied grave within an area. We go drag an area, and will bring us all the spaces within that area. Again, double click and will bring us the information from that particular grave. We can query the map, but we can query the database also, the inventory. So if we search for David, search, we get all the Davids. So let's double click on one of the records. Here is where is David buried. Let's clean the map. If we go clear, so also we can search for owners. Same thing, search for David, for example. Okay, so we can double click on Bernard. So he owns 3 graves, graves 256, 257, 258. So if we double click on 258, it's a reserve space. So if we go back to the property explorer, actually we can go to search based on the list. So we go to search for let's say block 5, search, and again we have the block 5. We can double click on a record and edit or view the map for that particular grave. Let's go to the home page and let's go to search for a name. For example, okay, let's go to search for a customer. Let's search David. Search. So we have. We can go to filter some more if we want Smith. Then search. We have David Smith. If we go to view property, we'll have all the information regarding that property with all the contact information, with the burial spaces, who's buried in each particular grave. So if we go to double click on one of the records on the owner, for example, we can go and edit that information. We can go add an address. If we go type in a code, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, automatically will detect that in this particular code it's in your state, in county, will fill up the county and the city. So we can go also to add the notes for David, or we can go see the family information. So we know the spouse for this particular is the spouse is Miss Mabel. So we can go to the occupancy screen. We see all the graves and each individual grave who's buried there. So in the grave 1 we have 3 interments, the grave number 2 1 interment, the grave number 3 is reserved. We can always go, if we want to add a new interment to the grave number 3, for example, we can go search for persons if there is in a system. If not, we can right click and add an interment. But if it's in the system, we go search for, let's say, ERN. Okay, so Ernest William, we right click and we can add as an interment.